everyone, and welcome to Greta's Yoga YouTube channel. I'm Greta, and today we have a great practice for balancing and just connecting all of the body parts together. If you can tell, I cut my own hair this past week, and I think it looks super cute. So you don't need to put other people at risk by forcing them to work in hair salons, etc. You can just do it yourself. Besides, who's really caring about looks these days? Anyway, looks like my kids, the kids next door are playing outside, so that may pick up in the microphone, but who doesn't have kids that make noise? So with all of that fun stuff, let's go ahead and get into a nice comfortable seat to come into a warm-up meditation. Go ahead, sit up nice and tall, round down through the shoulders, and close the eyes. Start to check in with the breath, breathing into any body parts that may feel some tightness or some tension. And today's practice is going to be a little bit more intense than the previous classes, so if you are not super comfortable in your yoga practice, you can still give this one a try. I'd recommend grabbing maybe a strap or a block. And if you don't have any of those props, that's okay. You can also improv using books, boxes, bandanas, belts, bathrobes, ties. So if you want to grab one of those things, go ahead and pause the video so that we can still have our meditation. So we're checking in with the breath now, noticing how the body's feeling. We're going to start to bring some heat into the body today. Start to make some loud exhales through the nostrils. Starting to move the blood, the energy flow. Awesome. Go ahead, take one more deep breath here. You can open the eyes, put on a smile, and we're going to make our way to tabletop pose. Go ahead, get your foundation set up. And once you feel comfortable, we'll go ahead and start doing some cat-cow, spinal flexions and rotations. Exhaling, navel up, and inhaling, navel down. Feel free to add your own movement, maybe rocking back and forth, creating big hip circles. Just checking in with the body here. And then doing a few more cat-cows if you went off the cat-cow pose. Let's do one more, and then we'll meet back in tabletop. Awesome. We're going to come into downward facing dog, so curl the toes under and send the hips up high. Go ahead, breathe here, maybe pedaling out the feet. Really pushing into the shoulders here, noticing how that feels. Awesome. Then we'll come to stillness. And then we're going to shift forward, look forward, coming into a plank pose, top of a push-up. Notice how this feels. Engage the core. And then shift forward, coming to the belly. Inhale for baby cobra here. Exhaling, forehead down, tucking the toes, lifting the knees, engaging the core, sending it back to plank pose. Inhaling here. And then exhaling, sending it to downward facing dog. Quick movement to start activating the heart, moving the blood quickly through. And then we'll look between the hands and either step or hop our way to a forward fold. Beautiful. Go ahead, come to a halfway lift here on an inhale. And exhaling, releasing, forward fold. Bend the knees as we inhale, root to rise, bringing the hands and the torso up all the way. Having our hands kiss at the top, and exhale, releasing hands to heart center. Awesome. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, root to rise here. Noticing how we lift up. Kissing our hands above us. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling, slicing your hands down through the midline all the way down. And inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhaling, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhaling, the arms up overhead. Exhaling, dropping everything down. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhaling, coming all the way up. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Go ahead, ground deeply through the feet here. Noticing how this feels. Ground through the shoulders. Take a moment, breathe deep. And then we want to make sure that our right foot is planted firmly into the earth. And we're going to step the left foot back, trusting in ourselves into a warrior one pose. Feel free to look if you need to maybe adjust the feet a little bit wider to create that line or two separate lines. And then going through our checklists, our checkpoints of our foundation of Warrior One. And once we feel ready and grounded, go ahead, rise up, bringing the arms up overhead, fingers spread, and slightly lifting the head. Breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling. Noticing what's arising in you. Maybe this position is starting to get uncomfortable. Maybe you're starting to wobble. Just breathe. Awesome. We're going to exhale and open up to a Warrior Two pose. Check in with the foundation. Notice where the hips are, where the knee is. And then look out past that right middle fingertip here. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper into the hips. Starting to engage the core, wake up all of the body parts. And then flip that front palm to reach and reverse warrior here. Beautiful. Check in with the side body. Notice what's going on. And then exhale, extended side angle. Find your version. Notice what feels good for you here. Breathe into the hips. Really engage the thighs. Notice what's happening. And then exhale, Warrior Two. We're going to bring the distance of our feet closer together. Straighten that front leg here. Bump the right hips out. And then reach again forward, this time coming all the way down, triangle pose. Notice how this feels. Really push through the right foot. Breathe deep here. You're doing great. And then we're going to look down towards our right foot, bend that right knee. Our right hand is going to come in front of our right foot. We're going to engage our thigh, our calf, our right foot as we come up slowly, noticing how this feels. Maybe lifting that back foot up or keeping it down. We're coming into half moon here. So wherever our foot is, maybe we're just on the toes, we're going to plant that right hand firm, or maybe this is where we come to bring our block, and we open up through the chest, through the left arm here. So we can be with the foot on the ground. Oops, gotta find my balance. Or breathing here, left leg parallel towards the earth, trying to twist the torso here. Breathing. Again, the back foot can be down. And then with control, slowly exhale the left hand towards the earth. Pivot the hips to come parallel to the ground here. And then lift the left leg up slightly. And then bringing it down again, parallel towards the earth. Toes dialed down here. Coming into half splits. Again, we can be on the hands or the blocks here. Maybe trying to grab our shin with our hands here. And then exhaling, stepping that left leg through, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhaling, coming to halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Hands up overhead. And exhaling, releasing hands to heart center. Check in with the body. Check in with the breath. Notice how you're feeling. And we'll step the right foot back. Warrior one. Get our foundation. And then when we feel grounded, go ahead, rise the arms up overhead, nice and strong. Again, notice how we're feeling. Notice what sensations are going through our body here. Lifting up, nice and tall here. Breathing into this left thigh now. Smiling. And then open up, warrior two. Again, go through our foundations here. Notice what feels good for us. How can we sink deeper into this stretch? How can we listen to our body here? Notice what's going on. Can we be fully present in this moment? Can we sink deeper into the stretch? Can we sink deeper into our breath? Then flip that front palm over, extend to reach, reverse warrior. Expanding through the left side body, through the rib cage here. Notice what's happening. And then exhaling, extended side angle, coming into whatever variation suits you best today. Go ahead, listen to the body. Breathe. And then pushing up through the thighs. Warrior two once again. You could smile here. And then we're going to minimize the gap between our feet as we bring that back foot up some. Straighten that front leg. Bump the hips out towards the back edge of the mat. Extend through the arms. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale. Triangle pose here. Notice how this feels. What's going on in the body? Breathe. You already did it on the other side. You're doing great here. And then bend that front knee as we look down, plant that left palm, push into that foot, and coming to half moon on the right side. Turning the toes to face out towards the right side of the mat, keeping them flexed here, engaging the core, engaging the whole left leg here, noticing the sensations that you're feeling. How does this side compare to the last side? Maybe your body's shaking. Breathe into it. And then exhaling with control, place that right hand on the earth, shift the hips, lift the right leg up high, and then dial the toes down, coming into a half splits. Trying to maybe bring the hands towards the back of the shin. Maybe you're not stepping on a stick pile. Focus your breath. You are in control. And then exhaling, stepping all the way through, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Bending the knees slightly as we inhale, lift up. And exhale, releasing hands to heart center. Beautiful. Take a few breaths. Check in with the body. Maybe close the eyes here. Stand up nice and tall. Breathe. Go ahead and plant the left foot firmly into the earth here. Notice how this feels, pushing through all four corners of the foot, and we're going to come into tree pose. So lifting that right leg up and bringing our foot either onto our left thigh or shin, or maybe toes stay on the ground here. And then we're going to lift our chest up, heart forward, as we bring our hands into prayer pose. Noticing how this feels, having that balance of the thigh and the foot pushed against each other to create one strong trunk. Breathe here. And then we're going to bring the right hand to the toes. Our left hand can come to our hip for stability, or maybe bringing that left hand out. And we're going to bring our peace fingers to that big right toe. And we're going to extend that right leg out long in front of us. Now again, I have short hamstrings, so I can't fully extend with reaching. So if you have a strap or belt or something, you can go ahead, grab the belt here and hold on to it to extend that leg out. We really want to draw the right hip down as we extend the leg out. And we're trying not to collapse folding forward, but standing up nice and tall, create a nice straight back. So wherever you are today, it's okay. I clearly can't straighten my leg, so just try it out, test it out. Again, moving your left hand for stability here. And then slowly we're going to bring our foot towards our sits bones and then shift our knee down towards the earth. Rotate our hand here to grab the outside of our foot, coming into a nice quad stretch. Trying to hug the heel into the glute muscle here, noticing how this feels, and then maybe grabbing the big toe again, or the inside of that foot. We're going to dive our heart down, lifting that leg, pushing our foot into our hand and our hand into our foot, and then maybe bringing the left hand out in front of us, creating chin mudra here, thumb and pointer finger touch, coming into a dancer. Beautiful. Breathe here. Sink a little bit deeper. You're doing great. And then slowly with control, exhale, release the hand to foot connection. Bring your arms out by your side, shifting into warrior 3 pose. Dialing the toes down, and then maybe bringing the arms out in front of you. Beautiful. Breathe here. Doing great. You got this. It's okay if your back toes come to the earth. You're showing up. You're breathing. You're feeling the body here. One more breath. And then inhale. Lift everything up. Knee at a 90-degree angle. Arms up. And then exhale. Foot down. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, root to rise here. All the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Awesome. We'll try the same thing out on the left side. So planting that right foot into the earth. And we'll bring that left foot up into tree pose. Once we found our position of our foot, we can bring our hands to heart center here, radiating the heart forward, pushing into the right foot here, nice and strong, feeling that foundation, the connection to the earth. Breathe into the foot, noticing what arises differently on this side than the left side. Maybe bring our arms out by our sides for stability. Maybe we come to a wall to help. And then we're going to bring our right hand to our hip and bring our peace fingers to the left big toe and hook them. Maybe we grab our strap here as we extend that left leg out long. Here's me pretending to grab. So just noticing, trying to keep that left hip down. Noticing how this feels. Trying to keep the back body straight. Breathe deep here. And then exhaling, bringing the heel to the glute. Shifting that knee down, pivoting that hand. And feeling the quad stretch here. Really pushing in to the foot with the left hand. Having that focal point, feeling the stretch in the quad. Awesome. Slowly, we're going to bring that back foot out, maybe adjusting our grip with our hand, leaning forward, and then bringing that hand out for a balance. Maybe coming to Chin Mudra. Woo! Checking your balance, breathing here. It's okay if you fall or if you wobble. The whole point of yoga is for practice. And how can we get better if we don't make mistakes? Breathe here. Show the inner dancer in you. And then exhaling with control, release the foot to hand. Coming into a warrior 3 pose. Drawing the left toes down towards the earth, and then maybe extending the arms out in front of you long. Beautiful, you're doing great, you got this. Keep breathing, and then inhaling, torso up, lifting that knee up, 90-degree angle. Exhaling, releasing hands to heart center, foot down, with control, with ease, with grace. Awesome. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Awesome. This time we're going to plant the hands and step back to plank pose. Noticing how this feels, drawing the heels away from our center body. And then we're going to shift forward, coming all the way down to the bellies. Inhale to baby cobra. Exhaling, releasing down, tucking the toes, lifting the knees, engaging the core, and setting it up to plank pose. Inhale here, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Notice how your legs are feeling, how the body is. Whew, super intense, huh? Go ahead, plant the left foot down as we inhale, the right leg up high, and exhale, bringing the knee to the nose, and then coming through to pigeon on the right. Dropping that left leg back down, looking back just to make sure we're in that correct line. Lift the heart up, and then exhaling, melting down. Whew. Maybe stacking fists here or resting the hands on top of each other and placing the forehead or the cheek on top of that. Breathe into the right hip here. Start to slow down the heart. Again, connect the mind with the body. Notice what's arising within you. Just melt into this pose. And I'll take one more deep breath here. Go ahead on your next inhale, push yourself up. Lift that back knee, come onto the toes as we step back to a plank pose. Now we can go through a vinyasa here if you would like to, or go to belly to cobra, maybe chaturanga to upward facing dog, and then exhaling to downward facing dog. We'll plant the right foot down and inhale the left leg up high. Exhaling, bringing the knee to the nose here, and then dropping that leg down, coming to pigeon on the left side. Again, checking the back leg to make sure we're okay, and then melting our heart down. Again, we can stack fists. Maybe this side is different for us, just like balancing. Trying to breathe into the hips here. Relaxing the whole back body. The eyes can be closed if that feels good. Breathe deep here. Tune in. What's going on? This is your time to listen to yourself, to what your body's telling you. Observe. Listen. Breathe. Maybe on your next exhale, you sink a little bit deeper into this pose. And we'll take one more deep breath here. Maybe exhaling through the mouth. And then on your inhale, push yourself up. Pick up that back foot and step it back to plank pose. Last call for vinyasa. If you would like to do that, go ahead, go through your version. Otherwise, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Just for a breath. And then we'll bring our knees down as wide as the mat, toes touch, and we send the hips down. Child's pose. Melt the chest down. The forehead kisses the earth. Fingers spread wide as we reach towards the top of our mat here, feeling a nice stretch in the shoulders. Notice what's going on here. We're inviting in that awareness. Instead of letting our mind and our thoughts control us, we can take charge. We can be in control. And once we are aware of that power, we can see a world of differences. Our mindset, our actions instead of our reactions to certain things. You may notice that we're able to truly listen to others instead of coming up with a response or thinking about what we want to say next. We just show up unconditionally, no expectations, with a full heart, and we listen. Not only can we do this with others, but we can do this with ourselves. We can get rid of all that brain chatter so that we can start to observe our subconscious and then what's below that. And we can start to see our inner self. Bring the hands to touch and then lifting them up over their head, creating a prayer pose. Maybe walking the elbows towards the top of the mat to sink a little deeper into the shoulders, almost as if we have a shark fin. What's something we're grateful for right now? How can we bring this gratitude with us throughout our days? How can we show appreciation to ourselves and to others? We have the power. We have the knowledge. We have the answer. It is all within us. We have to unlock it. Namaste.